Conflicting theories of science and religion have battled each other since the dawn of time. Since 16th century Galileo's heliocentric theory to 19th century Charles Darwin's origin of species. Many Americans, because of strong religious beliefs, remained resistant to Darwinism and even legislated the avoidance of the subject. One very important piece of legislation was created by John Washington Butler. Butler was a God-fearing man, a Baptist, and as a Christian he felt it his duty to protect the growing faith of children in his country from the godless doctrine of evolution. In 1922 he ran for and won the position of state representative of Tennessee. It was then that he was able to publish the Butler Act in March of 1925. The Butler Act made it unlawful in public schools and universities to teach the theory of evolution or any theory that conflicted with the story of creation as written in the Bible. This, in historical hindsight, was problematic because of the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech. However, due to the majority public opinion at the time, it was not highly contested. Not 2 months after the act was passed, John T. Scopes, a red-headed, bespectacled biology teacher, was charged with the crime of teaching evolution. The actual Scopes trial started in July, and things looked bleak for Scopes as his trial is started with a prayer. Though the time before, during, and after the trial was marked by widespread media coverage and mixed reactions from Americans, there were those who were firm supporters of Scopes and an educator's right to teach evolution. There were those who were anti-evolution and supported teaching creationism exclusively. Then there were those Christians who believed in Scopes' cause and in evolution, but also believed in their faith. This situation forced many Americans to reevaluate their opinions on the subject of evolution and public education. While this went on, Scopes was on trial and eventually found to be guilty. Despite this loss for Scopes, the Butler Act was eventually repealed as a result of the trial, and many more Americans were open to the idea of teaching evolutions openly in schools. The Scopes trial is just one case out of many that shows how law can take away an educator's right to teach what they believe is right, factual, and scientific to a classroom, especially in a public school. Who was a man in the monkey trial that started in Dayton, Tennessee?